a thermometer. Hopefully with no mercury. Wow. I wish the lids came out better, but they're pretty much toast. It's a nice pink though, and makeup.
See the hole there where it would...
That's pretty. Definitely keep that.
Oh, I didn't do that on those other videos.
DES patent 23 number 120421. A little milk glass jar. Oh, look, nice, cleaned up. Here's an advertising toilet seat. Tops for bottoms, Olsenite seats. And then it says the Rockwell Company, Zanesville, Ohio, call us first. Well, if I ever need a toilet seat, I will call them first. Olsenite. Keep them in mind, guys, if you need a toilet seat, I guess. Hello, sorry I didn't post anything last weekend. It was Easter and I was spending some time with family. But I've got a two-parter that I'm posting this Sunday and next Sunday. We found quite a few things at a new dump. I did a little bit of research too, so I got some notes. You'll see me flipping back and forth between them. It's hard to remember everything. But some of these things were found, but not on camera because one of our cameras malfunctioned. So some things are on camera and some are not. But they were all found on the same day at the same dump. So this one here, I think I'm going to use it as a vase, but I think it was a cup. And it's got ball on it, like the mason jar, so that's interesting. It has one little chip, but I'm going to use it as a flower vase, I think. Got a little, like, doll plate. Looks like it used to have some blue paint on it. Doesn't really say anything, but probably put a little plant pot maybe on it. Or maybe I'll find a teacup at some point. I've got this, hopefully it focuses, it says Arrowhead made in USA. I did a little bit of research on this and it's one of the things I was going to talk about. It is broken, but I did a little bit of research on it. It's melamine or Melmac, which they still make today. I actually just bought 2 bowls at Walmart that are made out of melamine today because my husband breaks bowls a lot and these are harder to break. But in 1834, a chemist named Liebig discovered a crystalline compound named melamine. However, no use could be made of it at the time. And then in 1937, American Cyanamid rediscovered melamine. In circa 1940, Watertown Manufacturing Company and designer John Hedu designed a line of melamine dinnerware under commission by the U.S. Navy. It was sold to the public under the name of Watertown Ware beginning in 1945. It's actually pretty collectible, I guess. This is most likely 1950s vintage, manufactured in Cleveland, Ohio. Since we're in Ohio, that makes the most sense. A woman named Joan Luntz was one of the few women working in design in the 1940s and 1950s. She studied history at Vassar. She graduated in 1944. She married George Golder and set to inherit his family's plastics company, which was International Molded Plastics. So that's the history on the little cup. This looks like it had been like a very dainty lid. I just really liked the pattern on it. It's pretty beat up. We've got this. I thought it was cool. It's actually like a rubber, but it says Old Quaker brand. Figured I could use it on something, or it'd just make a nice display piece. Got a little thermometer. I'm hoping there's no mercury in it, but it was kind of cute. It's not broken or anything, so as long as it stays that way. I have no idea what these went to. We thought they were metal at first, but they're actually, you can tell on this one, they're actually plastic. They're just made to look metal. We found some clock parts, so maybe like part to like some sort of clock. I don't know. There's no writing on them or anything. Makeup jar. We're going to try to get this lid off eventually. Possibly. Might just leave whatever's in it. It's like a whitish, pinkish, like a mauve maybe. But no writing on it. We've got 2 milk glasses. We know these are my favorite. I don't know if it'll focus because it's milk glass, but it says number 120421 and then 32 and DES Pat. I'm assuming the lid would have said like whatever came in it, but and then we've got another one with some beads that we found in it. They're kind of hard to hold on their own, so I'll just show them like this, but this was the first one and probably the best. It's like a nice blue. These ones I'm not sure if they used to be painted, but they're kind of plain right now. And then this big one's melted, but I took it anyway. And then this is a smaller milk glass, and on the back it says number 120421 23 and then the DES Pat. But I always like these. And I got 2 more things, well technically 4 more, but these kind of go together, that I'm also going to refer to my notes on. So it says Tops for Bottoms Olsonite Seats. Looks like it used to be a keychain. And that says Olsonite, the Raquel Company. I originally thought it said Rocket, but it's Raquel. Zanesville, Ohio. I think this is like a phone number, and then call us first. So I was able to find a little bit on Olsonite and the Raquel Company, but not a whole lot. Bemis acquired, like the brand Bemis acquired Olsonite in 2005, and they still make the plastic seats that Olsonite is known for. They're still sold today. You can still find them at Lowe's, Home Depot, that kind of thing. The Raquel Company, I'm not sure if it still exists or not. The next time I'm out in the Zanesville area, I'm going to look, but according to a couple of business websites, it says it was at 36 South 2nd Street in Zanesville. It was incorporated on September 15th, 1908, and it was originally called the Raquel Plumbing and Electrical Company. I did find one other thing sold by them on eBay, and it was called Union Wire Ropes. It was an advertisement or like a matchbook for it. So I'm wondering if they were like hardware store after they changed their name. Henry Raquel is listed as a file manufacturer in the Muskingum County, a book that I found on Muskingum County for 1881. And he was also listed as a member of the Mozart Grand Lodge, which was a German lodge. But that was all I could really find on him. Either way, it was a fun piece to find. Toilet seat lid, not exactly what I expected to find, but and then I've got some lipstick tubes for Dorothy Gray. I think they're all by the same person, but the only one that actually has anything on it, which we had to look with a loop, so I don't know if I'll be able to get it to where you can see it. Yeah, it's going to be pretty rough. But there is some writing on there, very faint, on this one. I was hoping this piece and this piece went together, but they don't. This one we might try to open, but it's on there pretty good. It's got some nice decoration. But So for this one here says Dorothy Gray, New York on it. And it has some other writing that we couldn't quite make out. Like I said, it's very faint. It was easier to see when it was wet. But basically, Dorothy Gray lived kind of an interesting life. Her line went from 1916 to 1935. She was employed by Elizabeth Arden, pretty big cosmetics empire back in the day. When she first opened her Fifth Avenue salon in New York, Dorothy Gray was employed as a custom cosmetologist. Dorothy Gray and Elizabeth Arden were both Canadian. They both had Canadian roots, so it was thought that maybe she got the job based on that. Hard to tell. She was fired by Elizabeth Arden in 1915 when Arden became aware that Gray was living with a man she wasn't married to. So Dorothy Gray ended up establishing her own business within a year of leaving Arden. She opened her salon on Fifth Avenue as well, and she listed herself as a dermatologist. Gray started circulating rumors about Elizabeth Arden's success being due to stealing Dorothy Gray's father's formula. Her father was a doctor, so I'm not sure if that was true or not, but she established a laboratory at East 59th Street to manufacture creams and lotions. And in 1927, her business was taken over by Lennon Fink in January of 1927. Dorothy herself was pushed aside, but in her time, she was best known for compacts. Some of the Dorothy Gray compacts, especially the ones with the hula hoop skirt that were only made for about 3 years, they're pretty rare and they go for quite a bit of money in the compact collecting world, which I didn't know was a thing, but I guess it is.
Hopefully we can find some others at the dump.
Yeah, so this was only one day at that dump, about 5 hours there. Well, this and the next video, but these were the only ones that my husband actually found. All 3 of these. I didn't find any of these ones. I was working in a little different area, but pretty interesting. So there will be links to the websites that I was looking at to try to get some of this information in the description box. So if you want to learn more about Olsonite, the Rokel Company, Arrowhead Plastics or Melamine, or Dorothy Gray, you can look on there for yourself. I've found it pretty interesting. But that will be in the description box. And I will have a second part to this next Sunday, hopefully. So I will see you then. Thank you.